Where is the thing? Streamlabs. The icon. Oh, there it is. Stream labels. It keeps moving from where I place it, and then I can't find it. And then it takes me time to open it up. Hey, look, it's an X-Bone that I bought because it was $200 and it came with the free game. And also, I might be able to do a thing with it that would be kind of cool. That you might be able to guess what it is. But I'm not going to tell you until I confirm that that's possible. Which, ideally, I could do as soon as tomorrow. I'll think about doing that. Also, new stream layout that I don't know if I'm actually going to keep or not. I change it every stream. I'm using XSplit now. I've gone back again to XSplit because you can do this. Wait, hold on. You can do this. You can make it spin around, and you can also say, well, you know what? I want to... Hold on. It broke. Everything has stopped working? Cool. The computer has frozen. Why is it doing this? I can't click on anything. Can I open up a new thing? Can I open up Task Manager? Task Manager. Okay, manage my task. That worked. I don't know what happened. It completely froze. I wanted to add a screen capture. Okay. So say I really want you to take a look at my icon. I can just grab it and there you go. Just like that. Super quick, super easy. You can't do that with OBS, and I think things like that are cool. Also, I have Trackmania Turbo on here because it was free with Xbox Live Gold, and I got 2 weeks of Xbox Live Gold with buying this. I already have this on the PC where I've beaten it. I've gotten all the gold medals. So, this does not save progress from the PC version, does not transfer it over. Not that I really thought it would, but it's still slightly disappointing because it's kind of pointless for me to play it on this. For several reasons. One, it looks worse than on my PC. Because my PC is more powerful than a base Xbox One, I suppose. And two, I'd have to play everything over again. I just kind of downloaded this to see how it worked. Also, ClipArtBot kind of covers part of the screen that's relevant, which is rather unfortunate. I didn't really like how it looked when it was partially transparent. I completed a club action and I got an achievement, and you heard it twice because it happened on both my PC and the Xbox One. Now you want to play Trackmania. It's a good game. Also, my world ranking is now... I improved over 1 million positions on the leaderboard. I'm now in the top 20% because I got gold on one level. I think most people have downloaded this game and then never played it. Or they didn't even bother to get gold on the first level. So basically this stream's just going to be me messing around a bit with various games. There's no real structure to this stream. Yes, this is on PC. I have it on PC. That's where I beat it. It is on Steam and also directly on Uplay if for some reason you buy things on Uplay. It does require Uplay even on Steam though. But yeah, I think this game goes on sale fairly cheap every now and then. Maybe for the fall sale, Thanksgiving, which is going to be in like 2 weeks, if that. You might be able to get it for cheap. Or you could get Trackmania 2 Stadium for really cheap, or Trackmania Nations Forever for free. I didn't get the gold because I'm bad. It took me a long time to get all the golds in this game. And that's not even the best medal you can get. There's also the author medal. And if you get all 200 author medals, there's another 4 sets of medals that you can get. Actually not called authors in this game, they're the Trackmaster medals in here. But you can get like bronze Trackmasters and silver and gold and super Trackmasters. But to even get any of those, you have to get all 200 Trackmasters, and I have not done that. I think I got them all for the easiest set of levels, but not beyond that. And I'll probably never get them for the harder ones. I'm not doing very well, am I? To my knowledge, I think there are 2 people in the world who have all the Super Trackmaster levels in this game. And incidentally, I follow both of them on Twitch. Pretty sure they're also the only 2 Trackmania streamers I follow on Twitch. Granted, well, no, that's not true. I follow like 3 or 4. But there aren't that many, to be fair. Why would I get an Xbox One when I have a 360? I know it's 359 versions better. 2 reasons. 1, it was cheap. 2, I can maybe do a thing with it that'll be interesting. That I'm not revealing until I confirm it happens. I did not want to improve. I wanted to go to the next track. Thank you. Also, load times for the levels really bad compared to PC. PC was like 2 seconds and you're in. This, it's, well, you can see it's considerably more than 2 seconds. You love a thing. I love things too. Good news, guys. Windows Defender Antivirus did not find any threats. I don't know if you could hear that ding. I don't know how my audio is set up. I assume you can hear the game. I keep getting random achievements. I don't know what they're for. I'm just playing the game and they keep happening. I exceeded 500 kilometers an hour. That's what happened. Good news! I like good news. I also like things. Yeah, Xboxes are pretty slow. Except the Xbox One X is apparently... Well, it's still kind of slow from what I've heard, but it's also the most powerful of all the consoles. It's funny, everyone's talking about the Xbox One X. Well, not everyone. I'm sure most people in the world are not talking about it. But those, many people in the games industry who are privy to games are talking about the Xbox One X. And I'm here with the brand new Xbox One, but it's not the X, it's the S. Because I'm a cheapskate who doesn't want to spend $500 on a console they're probably not going to play that often. I barely got the gold medal there. Oh, those are world rank. I'm not. Those are not. Those are not world rankings. Is what I meant to say. Those are map rankings, which is why I gained 1,000,000 spots by getting the gold medal. I thought that was world stats combining all the levels, which I thought was a bit weird, but that makes more sense. It is still 30 FPS, that's true. So, I mean, at the end of the day, a PC is still more powerful than the Xbox One X, like a high-end PC. I mean, like, a 20-year-old computer is obviously not as powerful as the Xbox One X, but, like, a good gaming PC is more powerful than the One X. Although, a computer for $500 is probably not going to be as good as the One X. So if you do have a $500 budget, then the X is a good thing to consider, or the PS4 Pro. which is not quite as powerful, but it probably has a better overall game library. And I actually might get that for Christmas. And I'll just finally have all the consoles that are relevant. Yeah, I don't think I'll have... I think I'll have every console that games are being made for, except arguably the Vita. But I do have a PS TV, so I have half a Vita. And now I have an Xbox One, so the only thing I'm missing out on are PS4 games. And there are like 3 or 4 of those that I really want. Wipeout Omega Collection, which is basically just Wipeout HD and Wipeout 2048 combined into one. And it has the same UI as Wipeout HD, which is held up really well, by the way. It still looks modern and really cool. It's also Everybody's Golf. The new golf game looks cool. Windjammers, which I'm sure I could get elsewhere. And GT Sport. I know a lot of people really don't like GT Sport. It seems like the type of game I would really get into, though. Particularly the career mode, which everyone says kind of isn't a career mode. From what I understand, it's basically just license tests, and I love the license tests from earlier Gran Turismo games. So I feel like I would really actually enjoy that. I think those are the main games that I would want for that. Whereas for the Xbox One, there really aren't any. I mean, there's Forza, but Forza's on PC now, so... You know, that would be the obvious game for me as someone who likes racing games. But, yeah, I have Forza Horizon 3 on PC. I have Forza 7 on PC. I'll put those on Xbox One, at least one of them. I'll probably put Forza 7 on it, maybe not Horizon... Oh dear. I don't know, because this is only the 500 gig model of the Xbox One. If I start putting all those games on, I'm going to have no space immediately. So, I will have to choose one or the other, probably. I'll probably choose Forza 7 because it's newer, even though Horizon 3 is kind of objectively a better game. You have a PS4 Pro and it's nice. I do want one. Or a PS4. I'm not doing very well. I don't know if I should get the regular one or the Pro one. I feel like I might be better off with the Pro because the price difference between a regular PS4 and the Pro is only $100. It's 300 versus 400, whereas like the Xbox One it's like $200, $250, $300. So I got this for $200 because it was on sale. The One X it's going to be $500. So you know that's $300 more than what I paid for this. I could buy 2.5 Xbox One S's for one Xbox One X. And considering I don't have a 4K TV, and I don't expect to get one in the near future, it seems kind of pointless to spend $300 extra, particularly on a console that I'm probably not going to play that much. Like, once I get a PS4, I'll probably end up playing the PS4 more than this. It was just, well, I might as well get this now, so I did. And so I can do the thing with it that I'm interested in doing. So I feel like with the Pro, it's less of a price increase, and there's still future proofing in case I do get a 4K TV one day. Yeah, one. Career mode in GT Sport starts with a job interview and waiting to hear back. Pretty much, you have to watch videos on how to drive well and not drive poorly, which is kind of amusing. I'll play a couple more levels. This is a good game. Single player wise, I actually do want to check out multiplayer. I want to see if there are any active servers. You know, they probably are right now because this is the current free game on Xbox Live. So yeah, there probably are actually a lot of people playing it right now. The PC version of this game is completely dead online. Like, no one is playing it because they're all playing Trackmania 2 still, which has all the same environments. They just look different graphically, but the physics are all essentially identical. And you have the Mania Planet interface, which is slightly ridiculous. Oh dear. And you have much greater modding potential on those versions. I'm going to go through a lot of games, Link. That's why. I'm not going to spend very much time on any one. I haven't bought a whole bunch of games, but it is backwards compatible with 360 stuff and original Xbox stuff, and I do have some of those that I want to take a look at. So yeah, if you want to play online, get Trackmania 2 if you simply want to play in single player. This is a good game. This has a great campaign. It is fairly linear in the order you have to beat the levels, which is kind of disappointing, but there are a lot of levels here. The other games do have single player campaigns as well, and they're also good, but they're not quite as long. Oh, the game is dead. Yeah, on PC it was dead within like a month of coming out because it didn't have modding. And the thing about Trackmania is that people like to mod. And there were some things you could do on the PC version. You could drive different cars in different environments, which is kind of cool. I don't remember if you could block mix, but you kind of need to have block mixing in Trackmania. Well, you don't need to have it, but for the people who are actually good at the game and play it regularly, then that's something they have come to expect. And if you give them a game that doesn't have that, well, then they're not going to play it. Because the whole thing about Trackmania Turbo was that it is a console game, and putting it on PC in a way kind of makes no sense. Because you have Trackmania 2, you have Mania Planet, which is essentially the same game, just packaged differently. You know, it has different graphics, but you have the modding capability. It's much more designed around, you know, being a PC game where people mod it and mess around with the stuff. And this is much more designed to be a console game. There is no modding, and it has wacky multiplayer modes that you wouldn't necessarily expect from Trackmania. Wow! Someone redeemed. Wow. I erred. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot. Oh, dear. I forgot this level is the one where you can't keep going full throttle. You have to let go of the gas at some point. Also, when I first started playing the game, I don't know if it's because I'm playing with input lag, because it's being recorded, or just because I haven't played the game in a while, but it felt kind of different from the PC version. Can I get gold still? Yes. Cool. I think it's probably because I haven't played it in a while, and maybe there's a small amount of input lag, like a few frames, and in Trackmania, a few frames is kind of devastating in terms of controllability. Why is there the donut? Why not? Why would you not drive your car through a donut? I don't know about you, but I drive cars through donuts all the time. Hey, Vinny, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh dear. Just got an Xbox One S today for no reason. Well, there are reasons, but I'm not revealing them as of yet, although you could probably guess what the main one is, and I think someone already did, actually. You've been very busy. I've been kind of busy too this week. Like Sunday through Tuesday, I had what felt like 2 weeks worth of work to do. So they were some pretty busy days, and when I did have any time those days, I just spent it all playing Mario Odyssey, which is a great game. Maybe I'll stream that at some point, but I've kind of already almost 100%ed it, so I don't know if there's much of a point in streaming it. I've been thinking maybe I'll do like a full game playthrough of like Galaxy 2 or something, because I've never played that before. I think that might be interesting. Because I also don't think I've ever actually done like a full game playthrough of a good game on a stream before. Like all the years I've streamed, I don't think I've ever done that, so that might be something interesting to do. Vinny, come on, you're the second person to correctly guess what that is. What my reason is. I guess it's a bit too obvious. Because they have this new thing that came out a few months ago on the Xbox One called the Xbox Creators Program, which is basically like Xbox Live Indie Games from the 360. Like, it's basically the same thing, just for the Xbox One. And Construct 2, which is the program I'm using to make Taco Tom 2, has native export support for the Xbox One Creators Program. So I'm like, well, might as well. Maybe it'll give a bit more authenticity to Taco Tom 2. Hey, it's a multi-platform game now. So I will be taking a look at the Creators Program at some point this stream to see what's currently there. I glanced at it for just like a second or two. Earlier today. It looks like what you would expect it to look like. Maybe slightly worse. Just imagine Xbox Live indie games, but there aren't any demos. That's basically what it's like. Although some things are free, and I think a few things do have demos, but it's not required. That was a great thing about indie games, that they all required to have a demo, so it was very easy for me to stream a large number of them without having to buy them. Even though I did buy some of the really bad ones just because I could. You tell me what isn't there, Taco Tom 2? Well, for now that's true, but next year at some point that won't be. I'm thinking hopefully it'll be out fairly early in the year, but I still have a lot left to do on it, and I haven't done much in the past few weeks. But hopefully during winter break, I'll have a lot of time to work on it, which really begins in like a month. That's kind of crazy to think about. And then you have a month off, and then 4 months of school, and then I'm done with school life forever. And by school life, I mean going to class as a student, not being at a school, because I will probably continue to work at my old high school. Except not next semester, because I'll have too many classes. If you could not spam "but" in the chat, that would be great. Thanks. You completely broke the chat thing. All the messages just went away immediately. Oh, someone gave him a timeout? Thank you. Thank you, whoever that was. Did I get a Kinect also? God, no. Why would I get a Kinect? They don't even make them anymore. I don't even know if there's a port on the Xbox One S to plug a Kinect in. I looked for one. I didn't see one. But it's completely unnecessary. I have a Kinect for the 360. I've streamed some games on that. I need to stream some more. I also need to stream some iToy games at some point because I got that. I think I'll probably do that fairly soon. I want to get a haircut first so I can look vaguely presentable. Because my hair is kind of ridiculously long and I don't like it. But at the same time, I've been too lazy for like the past 8 months to get it cut, so I've just let it keep getting longer. And now it's getting to the point where I can eat my hair, which actually it's well past the point of me eating my hair. I didn't get gold, but that's okay. I don't need gold to unlock the next set of levels. I want to play stadium levels, but unfortunately those are the last set of levels you unlock. So we probably won't get there. But like, what games on Xbox One actually used Kinect that were not terrible? And I mean, they used it for something more than just voice recognition. Like, you could say, "Hey Anna," and then the GPS in Forza Horizon 2 will pop up and let you do something. Might pop in... I don't know if I'm going to pop in Horizon 1. I might pop in Burnout Paradise. I want to try out how 360 games on a disc work on this. Because Xbox original games, I think, is you put in the disc once and then it downloads the game and then you don't need to put the disc in anymore. I'll verify that. I have downloaded the 2 original Xbox games that this supports that I own on a disc. One of them being Bill Gates' favorite. He tried to make it work on PC and it's hard. I had a hard time getting voice recognition to not work on PC. I remember I streamed Horizon 3 once. I did online, and people messaged me complaining that I was talking all the time because my voice was going through in the game chat, which I didn't want. Because I was streaming, I had to talk all the time. One person found my stream and I think they thought it was alright, but I don't think they ever came back. One person called me a derogatory term. And that was that. I figured out how to disable it. It was... You had to go into the privacy settings in Windows settings, which is ridiculous that you can't actually turn it off in the game itself. I had to do the same thing for Forza 7. Wait, I have gold. Why am I improving? Alright, last level. And then we'll try some other game. I have a few downloaded. This Xbox One came with a free copy of the full version of Battlefield 1. Which is cool, I guess. Because I don't own that game. I wasn't going to explicitly buy it, but I saw some videos of it, like, when it was revealed in E3. Was that last year, E3? Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool looking game. I thought it looked alright. It's also the stoned gray version. I think that's the color, the name of the color, stone gray. It's dark gray, basically, which is neat because most of the Xbox Ones, or the One S's, are white. And I think the gray one looks a lot nicer. It's a really nice looking console, I'll give it that. Definitely nicer looking than the PS4, in my opinion. which just looks like a weird Toblerone. You remember that stream? I have done a lot of streams that I should probably put on to YouTube in some form. But the issue is a lot of them before, like, early this year have bad audio issues. Because there was echoing audio from my speakers and it was coming through on the mic, and I did not realize this for like 2 years because I never listened to any of my streams afterwards because I really don't like listening to my voice. So I just never bothered listening to them, and I never realized that there was actually some significant, at least in my opinion, audio issues with them. So eventually I learned, and then I realized, hey, if you use headphones and you listen to the game with the headphones, then the microphone doesn't pick that up. And that's good quality audio. I'm apparently 1/1,000,000th in the world. I don't think those things have updated yet, because that's what it was like when I started. So let's go back to my games. It took me a minute to find this menu. Battlefield 1 is ready to start. It's 35% downloaded. We also have Fusion Frenzy and Crimson Skies. These are the original Xbox games that I happen to have the disc to. I downloaded Daytona USA because that's a great game, and this I've had a while. They don't have Trials Evolution for some reason, which is also great, but HD is probably the better game of the two. I don't know, they're both good in different ways. This is a simpler game. In fact, I might as well just play it now. Just for a minute. I apologize that most of these games are going to be racing games. I tried to make it less, but then I just downloaded the games I wanted to play, and they happen to all be racing games, or like racing games. Load times are not great. I've noticed, for example, Trials here is taking significantly longer to launch on the Xbox One than it would on the 360. And then you have to watch the 360 logo for some reason. I guess it's cool the first couple times you see it, but it quickly becomes, oh, you're wasting 15 seconds showing me this. Maybe it's doing things in the background that it has to do that for. That's probably the case. Does this have my save data from the 360 copied over? Yes! That's nice. Did not do that for Daytona USA. So I guess that might be a game per game basis. But we do have all my save data here. Some of these levels I have not gotten the gold medal on. I should try to do that. It has to boot the 360 BIOS, probably. Whoops. Because if you, oh, that's not it. Actually, you can get there. If you go to, like, achievements, it opens up the 360 version of the achievements dialog. So it's like, it literally is a 360 here, which I think is kind of cool. Also, I haven't played this game in many years, and man, does the bloom effect not hold up. It looks really bad. I don't remember this game looking bad, but really not a fan of this bloom effect. I'm not a fan of bloom in general, but it does seem kind of overdone here. As long as I don't die here, I should be able to beat 35 seconds fairly easily. That was nice. Get on over there. You can do it. Hooah. Oh, that was too fast. Can we make it? Oh, not quite. Yeah, a lot of the early 360 PS3 games just completely overuse Bloom. Like, I guess back in the day, this is the best effect you could do. But, like, in terms of graphical effects of certain eras that were common, Bloom has aged particularly badly, in my opinion. Like, it just makes everything look like a blurry mess. And the brown filter that all the games had back in that era as well. I feel like it was more like 09 through 2011, maybe? 08 through 2011, something like that. Where every game was brown. Fortunately, we seem to have mostly gotten away from that now. Most games seem to have a bit more color in them these days. But I guess brown was seen as realistic because it's like gritty and dirty. But, you know, it just makes things look bad. So there are other levels here. I liked the skill games. That minigame Streamlabs popped up was interesting. Did it pop up on the stream? Or was it like the thing that you redeem on the lower right? On the stream. Like physically in the video? Or was it from my extension? Maybe they added something new to the extension. Like the overlay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess they've added new stuff to that overlay. So yeah, have fun with that, whatever it is. I have the platinum medal, which is pretty cool. Platinum medal looks suspiciously similar to the gold medal in color. Does not look very platinum. You can make 18 flips to get gold. Or you can roll outside the ball. First you were inside, then you were outside. Outside the ball's harder. 2 meters, yeah. It's a lot of meters. You can also play user-made levels. I have no custom tracks. Can I get... No. Oh, does this not have, like a storefront like Evolution did? Share. Do you have to... Oh, I guess you have to get them from friends in here. So, yeah. I don't have very many friends on Xbox Live, and I don't think I have any that play this game, so... That was Trials HD. That's kind of cool. You do get back into here pretty quickly. I like that. Want to play Bill Gates' favorite game? Let's do it. Do I own this game? Oh, you do have to insert the disc. Okay. Let me go do that then. So I was wrong when I said you had it forever. You have to put the disc in, which I guess makes sense. Because then you could just buy it secondhand. And I mean, you still can buy it secondhand and then give Microsoft no money, but... You can't then return the game. I don't know if anyone watching has an Xbox One, but mine sounds like there's a bee inside all the time, which I think is a fan. I don't know if that's normal. To have a fan that sounds slightly like a bee. The original Xbox logo, really cool. I like that they put that in here. Hey Bob, How are you doing? Oh, hey, the overlay works out pretty well, because this is a 4x3 game. It doesn't really cover up anything. Fusion Frenzy! The cool thing about original Xbox games on the Xbox One is that they are upscaled to high definition. The bad thing about upscaling these games to high definition is that they weren't meant to be played in high definition. Well, some of them. Some Xbox games actually did output, at least in 720p. Some, I think, even did 1080. But others were not meant to be seen in high definition, and they look kind of not great. I'm just going to do some mini games here, because the actual tournament mode is not good. But, like, I don't know, Zach kind of looks like he's in a lot of pain. Like, he does not look comfortable. I'm gonna be Dub. He's the man, apparently. I want hard CPU. I want to lose. Game demos don't work, I tried. I played this earlier today. And I did my favorite minigame, Sumo. Which is arguably the only good game in Fusion Frenzy. Actually, I would argue there are two good games in Fusion Frenzy. There's this and there's Twisted System. Incidentally, both of them were on the Fusion Frenzy demo that came with some other game. Maybe Amateur Project Gotham Racing, or I don't remember the demos that were in each game, but I always thought it was really cool that Xbox games had demos for other games, because, like, no other console has really done that. Oh, oh, no, I'm not gonna lose. Almost fell off. The problem with Sumo is that at some point it just feels kind of like luck in terms of who falls off. No way 4 people can stay on that. Like this, you're kind of just holding against the other person and hope that luck goes your way. Here's the other good game. So basically, you can play all the best parts of Fusion Frenzy without actually buying Fusion Frenzy, although that would require you to buy the game that has the demo of Fusion Frenzy, so at that point it might just be easier to buy Fusion Frenzy if you want to play Bill Gates' favorite game. And plus, if you buy the actual game, you can play it in high definition on the Xbox One. So I might check out Crimson Skies as well. I don't remember much of Crimson Skies. I never played much of it. Kind of bought it as a gift for my dad years ago. So I never really played it much myself. But apparently it's a pretty good game. So you just jump and dodge these things, and they get increasingly difficult. I don't know why there's a rubber duck on those things that you have to duck under. Oh, because you duck. That makes sense. It's a play on words. And you have racing games as well. So yeah, this is Bill Gates' favorite game, according to many people. Wikipedia says that his favorite game was not Fusion Frenzy, but in fact Project Gotham Racing. So, I don't know who to believe. Probably not Wikipedia. Well, I suck. Good work, Samson. You won. You did the thing. Most of these games are not good. That one's alright. Some of these games, they're like two different games that you play with the same types of levels and equipment, and sometimes it's difficult to actually remember which one's which. Also, I haven't played this in a long time, so for that reason, I need 40. I need that many to win, because I'm the last one. I did it. I'm so good, it hurts. It does hurt. Here's hockey. Just hockey. You know, the most realistic game of hockey ever made. Wait, why did everyone go to the far left? Oh, I got a goal, but I immediately lost all of my points because I fell off. And you can't do that. You're not allowed to fall off, and then I did it again. Hey, then I did it without falling off. That's an achievement. But not like a 360 achievement. Or an Xbox One achievement. We're all fighting over this one puck. I think I got it. So you don't lose points for falling down. I don't know why I didn't get the points the first time though. Maybe I didn't get that puck in. Maybe someone else touched it. This minigame goes on for slightly too long. I'm bored of it now. Good thing the match is almost over. Good job, Samson. No, I don't want to play again. I don't really want to play more Fusion Frenzy. It's not that great. I do have nostalgia for it, but that's the only thing it has going for it. One of these days I should buy Fusion Frenzy 2 again. I used to have it. But then I traded it in. And I bought it like a year ago, but then the disc didn't work, so they didn't have another copy. And I have not seen another copy in a store since. So that's Fusion Frenzy 1. It's 8:58 p.m. Let's go home. Hey, Brian. How are you? So I wanted to take a look at, oh, we're back in here. Okay, that's cool. So the game kind of stays in the background. So if I want to go home, I actually have to say home. And then if I resume, we're still in the game. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's like the Switch in a way. If you're playing the same game for a while, you're right in there. I want to find the store. This menu, it's weird. Like, here's Mixer, which is basically Twitch. It's Beam, if you remember Beam. And you can watch game broadcasts. I can't watch myself because I don't stream on Mixer because it's against the Twitch terms of service for me too as an affiliate. A whole 600 people watching Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. 9 more people watching PUBG than Fortnite, therefore PUBG is the objectively better game. Super Mario Odyssey, 95. Rocket League, 63. 100,000 games, 41. Is this actually 100,000 games? No. It's Pokemon and GTA 5. I wish it was someone who was actually streaming that compilation. That would be great. Art. Roblox. You can play Roblox on the Xbox One for some reason. Sonic Forces is not a good game, so I've heard. I do have Forza 7 and Horizon 3 on here. I have not installed them yet. I don't know if I'm going to put both of them on here. I might just put Forza 7 on here because this is only the 500 gig model, and if I put both of those on, that's probably going to eat up like a third of the entire hard drive at least. 1 year partnership on Mix. Why would you get a partnership on Mixer? You'll make like $5. Although to be fair, I have made like $5 on Twitch. Wait, what is this? Is this someone who has Tails with face rig? Is that even possible? What is this? Oh no, I can't do this because of HDCP. I'm not running it through my HDMI switch, which will defeat such ludicrous technologies as HDCP. Also, I don't know how to get out of this because I can't see how to get out of this because HDCP has activated, so I might have to reset the console because I can't see how to exit out of the Mixer thing. Cool. That's great. I wanted to watch the Mixer stream, but now I can't. Probably when I set this up permanently, it'll be on the TV downstairs, so this won't be an issue. I don't expect to actually regularly stream Xbox One stuff. I'm just doing it now because it's a new thing that I have, and I want to mess around with it. And I figured, hey, that would be cool to stream. So I'm turning the device off. It is in the process of turning off. Turning it back on. Took a while to turn off. I can stream to my PC via LAN from Xbox and PS4. Wait, what? Oh no! Did it permanently enable HDCP? You watch one thing and now it's there forever. Well, fantastic. Good thing I have an HDMI switch that can bypass this. Do we have room to plug it in? No. I'm going to have to unplug the switch. I think that's the switch. I'm unplugging whatever that was. Actually, no, that was just the Wii U gamepad charger. That doesn't need to be plugged in. So now my HDMI capture thing is in there, and the HDMI from my that goes into my computer goes out, goes into the switch, the HDMI switch, not the Nintendo Switch, and then that cord, which was actually, do I have the order mixed up? I think I do have the order mixed up here. So this cord goes to so that one goes there. This one goes here, and then I unplug the Apple Lightning to HDMI adapter, which I borrowed months ago and never returned. Should probably do that eventually. Plug this in here. Hopefully I got the order right. Wait for it. Gotta plug it in. And it's kind of tricky. There we go. That's plugged in. Do we get signal? Yes. Cool. I have bypassed HDCP and now we can watch our stream. I want to see that guy who's streaming with a Tails face rig. What? Oh, we are loading back in. Okay. I've already had the Xbox One crash once. When I first played Daytona USA, it wanted to sync things from the 360, and it did that, and then it broke. It just died. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a Tails face rig. Man, this is a great video.
Right now they've done everything else but that.
Yeah, that looks like a Tails face rig to me.
I'm done.
Is that like officially licensed, or is that a mod? Can you mod face rig? I guess so. I don't know. I don't have it, so I don't know. It's a workshop. Oh, okay.
No, I have.
But this is the Miles Tails Prower playing Super Mario Odyssey. Not even playing Sonic Forces on the day Sonic Forces came out. That's how bad Sonic Forces is. Even Tails is playing Mario Odyssey over it. I'm aware that restreaming isn't allowed. I wasn't going to do it for very long. Not like anyone actually watches my stream enough to care. So yeah, games that I wanted to browse. They have a store. It looks like the Windows Store, which I really don't like. I don't like the look of this store at all. It's just... I don't know, everything's too vertical. And there's no like Xbox One thing on the top. Like all the 360 games would say Xbox 360 on the top, or arcade or indie. And these, they don't. And I don't like that. Vertical. I have uttered the word vertical quite a lot lately. So those are new games, if you looked at them. I have a 1-month trial of EA Access, so I can actually play Need for Speed Payback for 10 hours if I want, which is great. I heard it's really bad, so I probably wouldn't play it for more than 10 hours anyway, if at all. And also there's the Xbox Game Pass, which lets you play a bunch of old games, but that's apparently more expensive than EA Access. EA Access actually seems like a legitimately good value because it's like $30 a year and you get a bunch of games. Granted, they're all like a year old, but like if I just want to play a football game or a soccer game, that seems like a great way of doing it. What was I going to look for? Oh, I was going to look for Creators Collection. Here it is. Here's the button. So I don't know if we actually can scroll here. I don't know if when I scroll to the bottom and it lets me here, I guess this is... I don't know if this is all the games made under the Creators Program or if there are more. I know it's only like a couple months old, so I don't know if these are all from like recently or if this is just like all of them. It could be all of them. So from what I've noticed, there are a surprisingly large numbers of games involving balls. I don't know why. There's Crazy Ball Deluxe Extreme Skee Ball, Crazy Ball Adventures, Extreme Skee Ball. Wasn't there already Extreme Skee Ball? Oh, this is Halloween edition. Okay. Sure. Halloween edition of Extreme Skee Ball apparently came out before Extreme Skee Ball Mad Ball Racer, which is free. Might have to take a look at that. Super Jumpy Ball. Also, here's Princess Pony's Adventures, which If you remember my indie game stream, I actually streamed, I think, this game, or at least something incredibly similar to this. I mean, it was like one of the worst games on Xbox Live Indie Games based on their ratings, and apparently the developer said, you know what? Let's put this on the Xbox One as well. And so they did, and it's $1, well, 99 cents to be technical, and you can buy it if you so desire. I do not desire. Also, a lot of these look like they have the same aesthetic as indie games. And also, some of them have the aesthetic of crappy mobile game, which is great. That's probably the aesthetic I like the least out of any sort of bad game aesthetic, is the mobile one. Because they're just unequivocally terrible. Like this one kind of looks like a bad mobile thing. Some of these do as well. Mad Combat Marines. I've streamed this. I have this on Steam. It's really bad. It's also kind of amusingly bad, but I'm not going to spend $1 to buy it again. I want to download rather. Where was it? You can put malware on your Xbox One. Very exciting. Very excited to put malware on my Xbox One. I saw it. Oh, this thing, Mad Ball Racer. I wanted to download this because it is free. It's a high-speed and thrilling flying experience. Look at those graphics. You know, these are the graphics that are only possible on Xbox One X. So I imagine, you know, I only have the S. I don't think it's going to look quite that good, but we shall see. Working, pending. Is it not going to download until Battlefield 1 finishes? Am I going to have to pause that? I think so. Because that's like a 35 gig download. That's not going to finish for a long time. Alright, I got to figure out how to do that. I think I go to Q. And then this, No, we're loading in the game. Great. Well, now we're going to play Battlefield 1. Let's not. We'll play that later, probably. I don't want to download it. Can I pause all and then... Okay, I want to unpause this one. There's probably an easier way of doing that. Oh, it's 65 gigs, my bad. It's not 35. It's a big game. 116 megabytes from Mad Ball Racer. So does this just appear in like my games list? Yes. That's kind of fantastic in a way. You've got AAA games like Battlefield 1. You've got Trackmania. Here's Mad Ball Racer right next to them. Then you have these original Xbox games and 360 games. It is just a mishmash of stuff. But here's Mad Ball Racer. You know, I've got to think about Taco Tom 2, how that works, and I'm now going to compare that to Mad Ball Racer. Now, obviously, you can't compare them directly because they're different types of games, but like the overall goodness. Mad Ball Racer needs my permission. Okay. You can access my friends list. Let them know I'm playing this garbage. This is... Alright, get ready. I'm loving the soundtrack. Absolutely incredible. Takes a brave soul to use a remix of John Cage's 433 as their entire soundtrack, including the sound effects. Yeah, this very much screams bad Xbox Live indie game. So I'm. Oh, did I hit something? I'm very thankful that this exists, and I can fulfill my dream, albeit somewhat indirectly, of creating an Xbox Live indie game. Did I ever show off Creamed on stream, which was the indie game I was working on in like 2012 but never finished? It's actually very similar to Taco Tom in a way. It's like a cross between Taco Salad, if you remember that, which you probably don't, and Taco Tom. You almost want to make a game that beats this. You could do that in like 5 minutes. You know, I'm half tempted to, because you can put free things on here, I'm half tempted to just put Silverware Smackdown on here. Like, why not? Of the games I made with Construct 2, that's probably the best one. The other ones being Robot Rumble and Tinzone Driving Sim. You know what? I could just combine all 3 of them into one convenient package that you can download for free. Now, there's an idea. I might actually do that this weekend. I'll see if I can get it all done in a weekend. Hey, Cathador, how are you doing? This is games. This is the type of game only possible on Xbox One. This is why I bought an Xbox One specifically for this game. Mad Ball Racer. By the way, I'm not a ball. Oh, did we win? Oh, stage 3. Great. Okay, I'm... No. End this. End this now. How do I get back to... Is this the store? What is the store? Why can I not browse games? Oh, I can. Okay. You have like the store and then you have the store. It's kind of confusing. There's a store within the store. No, I don't want apps. I want games. Give me games. No, it's... Like, games. There we go. I don't know why it was not willing to give me the games, but we now have the games. Let's look at some more free stuff. We've got Kitty's Adventure for Xbox One, capital B. We've got a screenshot. There you go. 128 downloads, or ratings rather, and it's a good score. Maybe that's a decent game. It didn't look like it from the screenshot. Maybe these scores are all ridiculously inflated. Like, Gunpile, for instance, has 5 stars. Almost 5 stars. And this looks like a really mediocre game. Also, it has the Windows 10 bar in the bottom. I don't know what the new add-on thing is that apparently exists. I didn't put it there. I think it was an update to the Streamlabs thing that I've had before. Here's Desert Quest. It just looks like some boring puzzle game. There's a bunch of videos of it for some reason. Cubic. This might actually be a halfway decent puzzle game. 8 out of 10 from Pocket Gamer. Oh, is this like you take these pieces and you build it? That seems kind of cool. That could be genuinely interesting. People also like these games. Let's see. How many of these do I own on other platforms? I think I have Runbow on the Wii U. I might have... I don't know if I have Gone Home or not. I gave away a key of the Turing test. I don't think I have any of these other games. I have Grow Home, I think is what it's called, the one before that. But man, I have so many games on Steam now that I, like, if you ask me, do I have Gone Home? I genuinely couldn't tell you the answer if I have that game or not. Like, I would have to check Steam first to tell you. And, like, some games I have, like, on GOG, some I have on the Twitch thing. Like, I have them all over the place. It's confusing. Animal Rivals is 90% off for the next 3 days. Oh, one thing I need to look for is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. I think that might be on sale. I might be tempted to buy that. This looks like some weird fighting game that oddly reminds me of Shrek Super Party from the screenshot. I don't know why, but it does. What other free things we have here? The Very Long Walk. And me yawning for some reason. The Very Long Walk is a running game. Shouldn't it be a walking game? Also, I like their font that they got from Cool Text for the logo. There's Scott, Sarah, Liam, Dr. Jonas, and Bernie. Man, Bernie Sanders doesn't look so great these days. Oh, is this just like an endless runner? I think it's just an endless runner. I don't want to download that. Space Cat. You can be a cat in space. Maybe you'll lick ice cream like the cat. Oh god. It goes. This looks vaguely interesting. I wish you could tell, like, when these came out. Maybe you can, and I don't know where. And this interface, it's not the fastest thing in the world. Kinda janky. Does this say release date? No. Has mixed reviews, apparently. They're all over the place. It's kind of impressive. No real consensus. What else is there? Rotating Bridges. It's a game called Project L. Probably has nothing to do with Project M. It's just a crappy mobile game. I've lost 100% of my interest immediately. Pixel Driver Premium. Bushido Battle of Blaze. They couldn't even be bothered to get a decent sized icon. I don't know what that is. It looks bad. This kind of reminds me of old indie games. The style of the logo and picture. Yeah, this looks like an indie game. Unfortunately, they want $7.50 for it. That is many dollars that I don't want to spend. I can't see what this is because ClipArtBot's in the way. Is it free? Roll Maze. It's not free, but it is on sale. You can defeat the enemies in Roll Maze. That's a concept. I think this might be everything here. In which case, there's not much here for me to look at. Kids Bingo. Grandparents trying to get their grandkids into bingo. I don't think it's going to work. I don't necessarily think kids care about bingo. But there you go. Project Colors. Is this a thing worth playing? Absorb enemy bullets of the same color. That sounds like Ikaruga. No screenshot of gameplay. We would have videos of gameplay. Alright, free bullet hell game. Might as well. Is this Xbox Indie Games 2.0? Yes. This is exactly what that is. Or that is exactly what this is. Except this only came out a couple months ago. And therefore, there are not many games out for it yet. And most of them cost money. So I'm not going to take a look at those. So I can basically go through every free game. I think this is like the last one I didn't look at. Gauntlet meets NBA Jam. That is a bold claim there. I have no idea how you could combine those two games. This looks nothing like Gauntlet. No, you don't have to have demos anymore. Which means most people don't have demos, which means I'm not going to play most of these. Tank World. First there was World of Tanks. Then there was Tank World. Also there's Arcade Hysteria, which is free. I'll take a look at that. 50% off for the next 11 days. Ah, yes! Look at the graphic. All of them. This looks like peak bad Xbox One game. I might buy that. No, I won't. No, I will not buy that. I can buy bad Steam games. I don't want to clutter up my Xbox One with garbage. Here's Arcade Hysteria. Oh, so it's like you go in an arcade and then scary stuff happens and you go insane. Ah, that's scary. Here's Tic-Tac-Toe. The game you always wanted on your Xbox One. I mean, you can play Tic-Tac-Toe with donuts and silverware. I think this is a shoo-in for Game of the Year. It's the Xbox One X's killer app. I mean, no one buys any video game console that doesn't have Tic-Tac-Toe. Galactimax. Is this just Galaga? Would be my guess. Made originally for a 12-hour game jam. This is an Xbox One S, not XS. I bought it on Sunday. I bought it, yes, on Sunday, and it arrived today. Yeah, that looks a bit like Galaga. Not exactly like Galaga. It looks worse than Galaga. However, I do believe I can play Galaga on here. I don't know if... Because I know, like, Dig Dug specifically is backwards compatible. If I put in my Namco Museum Virtual Arcade disc, which has Dig Dug, can I play that on the Xbox One? I'm curious. It's time for a bit of an experiment where I put Namco Museum Virtual Arcade into my Xbox One and we see if it works. So, hold on just a second as I put that in. Gotta find it. Which is tricky. I found it. Out goes Fusion Frenzy, in goes Virtual. I mean Namco Museum Virtual Arcade. For my game jam, I stole a game. Well, it didn't look exactly like Galaga, to be fair. Update this for Xbox One. This might actually work. Will, like, all of it work? Or is it downloading the... Okay, I'm intrigued. Yeah. There they are. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of them, yeah. I think there were 9 in total. Xevious is not backwards compatible. That's the one that's missing, I think. So these are all installing. Is Pac-Man really half a gig? Why are these games half a gig each? Well, good news. I can now play Pac-Man on yet another console. This is like probably the 10th version of Pac-Man I have. I mean, granted, it's a version that I already have on. It's not really a different version, but it's a different console. I've streamed a lot of Pac-Man. And by a lot of Pac-Man, I mean I've played a bunch of different Namco Museum titles on the stream. Yeah, I keep unlocking gamer pictures whenever I boot these up. I don't know why. I guess it doesn't save those. I don't know. I have 3 of the 12 achievements. I got 2 of them. December 27th, 2008. That was almost 9 years ago. It was like 40% of my life ago. Select device. Sure, cloud-saved games. Don't have much of a choice there. They've given me 2 free gigs. Suppose you don't really need any more for a saved game. Yeah, Pac-Man. It works. You can run it from the disc. I'm assuming it's going to be you have to put the disc in like it was for Fusion Frenzy. I'll try playing it without the disc. But Fusion Frenzy did not work. I thought Fusion Frenzy would work without the disc. But I understand why it doesn't. It is the arcade Pac-Man game that everyone has. I mean, to be fair, it is. Oh, I lost. I mean, it is pretty much arcade perfect. It's hard to make a version of Pac-Man that's not arcade perfect these days. Last one I can remember was, I think, Namco Museum on the original Xbox. The resolution was wonky. But they fixed that with a sequel to Namco Museum on the Xbox, which had proper emulation. Can we get 1600? Yes. Cool. Yeah, it was early in the life of the 360. I was also on, I think... Yeah, the original Xbox also had an original Xbox arcade version of Pac-Man. Which I have on a disc that I definitely legally acquired because, you know, it's very possible to acquire those these days. No, actually, I just burnt a disc that has every Xbox Live Arcade game on it. The original Xbox Live Arcade games. Because you cannot get them anywhere. Cannot buy them even if you wanted to. It's kind of cool because it has a unique version of Marble Blast that everyone forgets exists. Like, no one played that version of Marble Blast. I remember playing the demo of it on one of the official Xbox magazine discs that had a bunch of Xbox Live Arcade demos. I played it because it had a level that wasn't in my version of the game, which is another version of Marble Blast that isn't actually Marble Blast. Or Marble Blast Gold, I should say. It was called Marble Blaster, and it was a version published by eGames that omitted the second half of the advanced levels for some reason, except for one of them that just stuck on after the end of the first half, which is very bizarre. But hey, it only cost $1, so. And I got it at like a scrapbooking store. I think in AC Moore, back in North Carolina. I remember I was at my aunt's house, and my uncle showed me the game on, I think, his Linux machine, and he was like, this game's only available on Linux. And I played it, and I really liked it, and then I found out it wasn't only available on Linux. 10 wins Rare Replay. Thank you for reminding me, actually, because I forgot that I had bought Rare Replay. I have it on disc. I will play that at some point this stream. So yeah, Pac-Man. It works from my Namco Museum Virtual Arcade disc. These are queued still. Dig Dug's installing. I'll wait until these all actually go, which might take a bit of time. In the meantime, Space Cat. Space Cat! I have no idea what Space Cat is. I just downloaded it because it was free. Made with Unity. Wow. I'm genuinely tempted to just this weekend put Civil War Smackdown on the Xbox One, because I can. We'll have to change very few things about those games, like probably actually Chinzo Driving Simulator might not work because that requires a keyboard. You need 32 keys.
They're made. I knew the butcher before she earned that.
But the other two might work.
It was 13 years ago.
Wow, voice acting.
Can we do combat training today?
Only if you get everything else done and there's time left at the end.
That sounds exactly like
Got it.
the type of voice acting that's going to end up in Taco Tom 2. It makes me wonder, maybe
Here's another one to practice.
maybe voice acting isn't such a good idea for Taco Tom 2.
God, too slow. Where did they recruit you?
Morgan, stop. Try supporting your team for once.
I mean, like,
You are terrible at this.
Fine, I give up. Let's do something else. Alright, let's work on it. Practice shooting these targets.
Finally, combat.
it just keeps
Alright,
going.
see how you do with a little break.
I don't want to listen to this. Wait, did I win? What happened?
Killing a fellow cadet is a serious crime.
Oh, I killed a...
The outcry was immediate. And
I didn't mean to. I didn't know he was a fellow cadet.
The truth. No, their minds were already made up, and we became villains overnight. We had no choice but to
I'm
leave
skipping
our home
this.
in the Sky Islands.
Am I skipping this? I pressed the skip button.
Listen
Wait, was that supposed to happen?
Is as dangerous as it is critical. The target lies at the end of the canyon.
I don't think I've ever heard such an unenthusiastic attempt at voice acting in my life. It is seriously impressive how little this guy cares about this. I did it. Like, I would at least hope that the voices in Taco Tom 2, if I do decide to use voice acting, because this game might be making me reconsider somewhat. I hope the voice acting is at least a bit more animated than that. Maybe it's not better, but at least you can tell that there was some attempt made. Whereas I'm not getting that from this voice acting. Just seems like, oh, we've got to get this done in like 10 minutes, quick. Here's a script, read it, and so they read it. I'm gonna let you into a secret here. This game's not very good. It's not even running very well. I think I already have an idea of who I want to voice act the characters. But thanks for the offer, Chickenfoot. I have no idea what I'm doing, but that sounds kind of cool. If I had an Xbox One X, it would run at 60. Oh no, someone put an audio filter on their voice with Audacity.
Good work. I knew you could do it.
I did it apparently.
13 years running, looking over our shoulders.
Why are these
stealing,
ships
even
just
killing to survive.
blocks?
This file has the secret location of the Sky Island's principal treasury ship. That ship
Are the voice actors anyone you know? Yeah, they're mostly
wanted it to come to us.
friends, people from this chat.
The money found on that ship, we can move far away and find
Here I am, reading off a script, sounding so boring. Like I could do this so much better, and I'm not even particularly good at voice acting. I'm bad at imitating.
Something's wrong. A ship like this should be heavily guarded.
I'm bad at doing voices, but even I could do so much better.
Where's the crew?
Where's the
The ship
crew?
looks abandoned.
The ship looks abandoned. See, that was better than the other thing, and what I did was really bad. Oh, I died, apparently. Also, the game itself is not very good, which doesn't help either. I don't exactly know how good the game of Taco Town 2 will be either, but I hope it will at least be better than that. Have all my things downloaded yet? Galaga Legions is installing, and then we'll be, we'll have all those. Then I can remove the disc and see if you can still play them. My guess is no. Is the cat thing supposed to be a robot? I don't know. Alright. Let's remove the disc, and then I guess, I'll try out Rare Replay. It might need an update. I have the, version that also comes with Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which I don't really care about, but this is the one, I was going to say the one disc game I have. It's technically two separate discs with two separate games, but it's in one box. That's the important part, the number of boxes. Disc has been removed, and now we will insert the other disc. So this has a bunch of games on it, most of which I've never played. I've never played any of the Banjo games. What other things are on here that people have played that I have not? Really, I think the only game... I think there's only one game on this collection that I've actually played, and that is Viva Pinata. I don't think I've played any other of these. So... Oh god, they populate. So this is another one of the discs where I get... It's a bunch of Xbox Live Arcade games, because these were Xbox Live Arcade games, so it's just putting them on the disc. So in a way, it's a lot like Namco Museum. So let's see, can we play Dig Dug without that disc inside? No. Now you know. How do I get back? Is that my games? Okay, it is. So that's installing. I can't play it yet, I guess. Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero. But I mean, when it comes to value for money, this disc is probably about the best there is. So I paid $15 for this this game, which is 10 items need updates. Okay, sure. Comes with Gears of War and Rare Replay. So it's like, that's a lot of content for $15. Viva Pinata, it was interesting. I'm curious to actually play this. I remember not buying it because I thought it required the Xbox Live Vision camera to play, which I don't think is true. So I had the strategy guide for Viva Pinata. I liked looking at all the characters because they looked cool, and I liked the TV show. Let's play this weird cat game while those things install. Levi D. Smith Games. I'm guessing the guy who made this is called Levi D. Smith. In memory of Kitty. Aw. Connecting to Xbox Live. Please wait. Doesn't want access to my friends list. Yes. You can have it. I have no idea what the group mini thing is. Group mini game thing is. What is this god-awful MIDI? So you spell the letters kitty and then you exit. You can buy different cats. Oh, sure. I don't know how much more I can take this game. This is legitimately one of the worst midis I've ever heard in my life. And I've heard a lot of bad midis. Also, what is this cat sign? That the body does not look healthy. I have to buy the... You have to keep buying these. Maybe it just resets the cost to 0. You can't just select it. You have to rebuy it. It does have fins. That... It's kind of creepy. Let's play something else, please. A cubic. I think this one might be alright. Pixel and Vision games. They envisioned some pixels once, and then they made a game out of them. Cubic. Yes. You are very much allowed to access my friends list. I've got the cursor. That seems to be more and more common in games these days as developers decide they don't want to have to program a menu anymore. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't want to program a menu either. Just give it a cursor. That's so much easier. Put on top. Alright. That didn't work. Oh, this seems like the type of game that needs to be played on a computer with a mouse. This does not feel good at all with a stick. Or a touchscreen. It would work well with that as well. But this is... no. Just don't do it. Yay! Hole in one! Do we get to make a golf course? Kind of. So that has to go. No. Doing it all wrong. Okay, that. I think I have to move that out of the way slightly and then. The order of operations that you have to do this in is kind of incredibly annoying. And that goes there. I did it. Zigzag. Wait, what? Oh. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. No quiero. No quiero. Things keep going. Things keep downloading. Project Colors. They couldn't be bothered to actually make a nice screen. Hey! I know Construct 2. Kind of curious how this works based on that. What is this horribly low quality audio that loops after like 5 seconds? Let's press start. Alright, yep, that's the mechanic from Ikaruga. You can absorb the bullets, but you can't absorb those. But you can swap, and then you can absorb those. How do I shoot? What's the shoot button? Oh, that's the exit game button? You just press B and it exits the game. That seems a bit stupid. Oh, X. Okay. So X shoots. I don't think this is a very good bullet hell game. And then we swap. Whoops. That gets very hard very quickly, doesn't it? Well. That was the thing. Perfect Dark is finished. Ready to start. Did I download anything else? I think that was it. In terms of those games, yeah. There are other free games that can be downloaded, which I found interesting. Browse games. You bought 2 new games for the Switch. Oh, that's cool. What are they? I don't know if you had Mario Odyssey or not already, but if you didn't, I'm going to guess that's one of them. And I'm going to guess the other one is Splatoon 2? Probably wrong on that one, though. Voez and Demo. Oh, I was completely wrong. But yeah, I have heard of those. They look kind of cool. I don't know if I would personally spend the asking price for them, though, because like Voez is like $25. You can play Roblox and Fortnite on Xbox One for free. You can also play Roblox on the PC. Is this worth downloading on my Xbox One? It's mostly going to be played on the big TV downstairs. Probably not. That snowboard one did look pre-rendered. You also have Hitman, which I paid money for back when it wasn't free. Fortnite Battle Royale. Like, a lot of these I can just play on the PC, and I would rather play them on the PC. So, like, it's cool that they're here. I'm sure a lot of people play them on here, but for the most part, this is not going to be the primary device on which I download things. It's really just for things that I can't get anywhere else. Oh, that's right. A couple things. I want to see the console launch exclusives, because these are going to be games that I can't get anywhere else. Like Forza 7, I have that. Have that. I don't have Voodoo Vince. Halo 5 is free with Game Pass. So is ReCore. I almost bought that the other day, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't, because it's free with Game Pass. Although I don't have Game Pass, but I will probably download a trial of Game Pass at some point and maybe play a game or two. Squid Hero for Kinect. All I have to do is say for Kinect, and I immediately avoid entirely. Snooker Nation Championship 2016. That's what I bought my Xbox One for. Is this it? Is this every single console exclusive game you have? That's not a lot in 4 years. How many is that? Let's see, 8 per row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 55 games in 4 years. It's like one a month, just over. And a lot of these are on PC or other platforms, like Ori's on PC. Zoo Tycoon is on the 360. Some of them are Kinect games that no one cares about. Roblox, I don't even know if that counts. Cuphead's on PC. I kind of want this. I might get this. It seems like if there's a game you would get an Xbox One for, it would be this. Or Forza. But Forza's on PC now, so like, if you have a good PC and you're buying an Xbox One, that seems like the game you would get. Or Rare Replay, just based on the sheer amount of content that thing has. Like, that is ridiculous, the amount of content you're getting for the price you're paying for that. Even at $30, that's a super good deal. I got it for $15 and with Gears of War, which I will maybe... I don't even know if I'll play that ever. Maybe once. I'm sure it's a good game, it's just not necessarily my type of game. What else was there? Can I search by genre? And also backwards compatible games are kind of cool. Alright, all games. Hopefully all games will let me sort by genre. Type. What options do we have for the type here? Not genre. Man, this is not fast. Top free, top played, most played. If you only wanted to play 360 and original Xbox games, you would probably be better off just buying a 360 or original Xbox. Because this doesn't have most games for the 360 or original Xbox. Original Xbox just came out, so it only has like a dozen. But even the 360, that's been out for a couple years now. I think they have like a couple hundred, and most of those are old Xbox Live Arcade games that you probably don't care about. How do I sort by genre? Do I even? Like, I feel like there should be an option to sort by genre. Maybe search games? Is that... Will that let me choose by genre? Man, this is sluggish. Up. No. Down. Down. I'm... Oh god, it's not happy right now. Search games. Well, I'll only search for the one I'm interested in. There it is. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. This is a terrible game that I've kind of wanted since it came out. But I didn't want to buy it when it was more than like $20. And I'm certainly not going to buy it at $60. I'm pretty sure I saw it on the Microsoft Store last night on sale for $15, and I was kind of tempted to buy it at that price because I've seen that game like stubbornly stay at around $20-$25 for the past year or so, and I always say to myself, once it goes down to $10, I'll buy it, and it never did. It stayed at the same price. So eventually, it's like, okay, maybe at 15, I'll buy it. So I might have to go back to the Microsoft Store and buy it there. But for the love of God, do not buy that game for $60. You're going to have to be mad to do it. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy! New on Xbox One. Just what everyone wanted. Cool. Can we actually play Rare Replay now? No, I don't want to play Project Colors. I want to probably delete that from here. Already filled up 31.4% of the hard drive space, which is not great. We are definitely still waiting. I want to play Rare Replay now, so I will make that install. $500 gigs is not a lot. I do believe you can put external drives in here. So that might be something. Get a terabyte or 2 terabyte external drive for like $100 or something. But at the same time, I don't know how much stuff I'll get for this. I don't even know how much stuff I'll get for PS4 once I get that. Probably just exclusive games. I feel like multi-platform games, I'll predominantly get them on the PC. If the Switch version is comparable, I'll consider getting the Switch version. Good God, this is a 12 gigabyte install. It's going to take some time, I think. Like, I got Sonic Mania on the Switch. So it seems like a good portable game, and like the Switch version is not going to be any worse than the other versions because it's not a game that requires the full use of the Xbox One and PS4 power, so a Switch can handle it just as well. But like a game where, you know, there is a lot of power and there is a Switch version, but it's a bit of a downgrade graphically, you know, I might not get that version. You know, all these things that I didn't have to worry about before I got an Xbox One, because I just like, oh, you have to get it on the PC, so you get it on the PC. Now I have a choice, but I'll probably just fail to acknowledge that I have this. Hey, I can launch it now. One thing I do like about this is that it seems like you can start playing games before they finish installing. I think that's a nice feature. And I think the PS4 might have that as well. I don't know. But like, I can play Battlefield 1 right now, even though it's only half finished installing. I want ice cream. I think because I saw that image of a cat eating ice cream. Is this going? Yoo-hoo. It's probably very slow because it has not actually installed yet. There we go. We've got the guy animating. Except he doesn't animate properly. The sprite is not scaling properly. This game is literally unplayable. I am returning it to the store from which I bought it from. Immediately, like right now. I'm ending the stream. It doesn't even matter that the store is closed for the night. I'm heading there immediately. Wow, we're heading into a theater. And it's like a show. 30 years of Rare. And you get to play all the good games we made before we got bought out by Microsoft. At which point we didn't really make many good games anymore. Can I skip this? Let's begin. We've got a game gallery. Rare revealed. We can reveal Rare if we so desire. Slalom. RC Pro-Am. Some of these are cool. I like how they have the old NES and N64 games in here. Jet Force Gemini. I've never played this, but Silver Sonic speedruns it. Conker's Bad Fur Day is in here. So that alone, that's a pretty expensive N64 game. And now you can play it in this collection for like 15 bucks. Do these all have to install? Yes, okay. These are all the big games. Jetpack Refuel. That's an Xbox Live Arcade game, I think. So that one's not big, but these others. I'm disappointed there is no Viva Pinata Party Animals in here, but that might not have been Rare. That might have been some other company that did that one. I want to start with Slalom, which might seem weird, but I like snow games. And it's the time of year where it's kind of snowing again. Maybe I should do another playthrough of Amped. Or at least finish my current one. I never actually got all the snowmen. Hey, I got an achievement for playing the game. That's a great achievement right there. I'll take Snowy Hill, please. And we're off. So I'm kind of surprised they were even able to put these NES and N64 games on this collection. You're playing them on a Microsoft console. It feels kind of weird. Yeah, this is steep. And SSX combined into one game. It's the same game. So yeah, I mean, the 30 games are not of equal content, obviously. Like, probably not going to play the first dozen or so games in this collection very much. But they are here. If you want to solve that. That's not a particularly good game. I've been awarded a stamp. Oh man, it's like the Wii U all over again. Remember stamps on the Wii U? They were the dumbest thing, but they were also kind of cool. Now, people always like RC Pro-Am. This is like a classic NES racing game. Push start for one player. Get an achievement. Is the achievement for all of these just play it for the first time? It's kind of dumb if it is. I remember playing a game like this on Candy Stand back in the day, like 2002, 2003, that era. It was some RC game, and it was basically this, but with brands of Wrigley's candies on billboards and stuff. I wonder if that's archived anywhere. Probably somewhere. But Candy Stand no longer exists, sadly. Because the concept of flash games is basically obsolete these days. Which is kind of a shame. I really like the idea of just, here are a bunch of flash games with candy brands. Barely won. Get a Mickey Mouse version of this. 4,900 points. Next up, very wet track conditions. It doesn't look any different. It does feel a bit... Yeah, it feels a lot different. Out! Why am I out? Oh, because I'm in last place. That's my position. And that means I'll lose. We can't finish last. We can't be a nice guy. Oh, they cheated. They used the thing that made him go faster. So they didn't actually cheat. I just didn't take advantage of it. Almost won. Does seem kind of rubber bandy, this game. More very wet track conditions. You know. I'm gonna lose, aren't I? No, I'm now winning. I don't know if they're actually emulating the NES or if they've reprogrammed these. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to emulate the NES. It would just be licensing issues in that regard. Push start for continue. Shouldn't we to continue? Whatever. That's RC Pro. I'll save, sure. Right there. I did it. These menus are slightly over the top in their design, in my opinion. You can also press tab to cycle through the games, but that's a much slower way of doing it, so you shouldn't do it that way. You should do it this way. Oh, hey, there's RC Pro-Am 2. I didn't know that. You got Battletoads, Killer Instinct, Blast Corps. That seems like a cool game. Banjo-Kazooie, never played it. Jet Force Gemini, never played it. Perfect Dark, never played it. Banjo-Tooie, never played it. Never played that either. Hey, we've got all of them. Wow, all of them have finished. That's cool. Play FIFA Pinata. I guess technically I now own Grabbed by the Ghoulies. That was a game I played the demo of a lot, but never actually owned the game. Let's... I guess I'll try this one a bit, Jet Force Gemini. New control schemes are available, because this is not an N64 controller, presumably. I don't know anything about this game, except that Silver Sonic speedruns it. And that's really the only reason why I'm streaming it. For the few minutes that I will actually stream it. Present it in Dolby Surround. I'm curious to see how these games look. Like if they've been updated in any way. Is that higher res? Good news, guys. I've played this for the first time. Yeah, that has to be higher res, doesn't it? Press start. They even have the icon. They've definitely done some changes with this. Control mode. They have an Xbox One controller picture there. There are going to be some people who think this was the controller that was originally used for this game, I bet. Because of that picture there. I will quit the options. I don't need options. I'll figure it out on my own. Game 1, please. Enter game label. Is this my name or is it just a save name? Well, regardless, it can be 10. Oh, widescreen cutscenes. Wow, they really have done stuff with this. This is impressive. No, he did not drink that cup of coffee. I'm sorry, he just put the cup of coffee through his mouth. And then the coffee magically went inside him, presumably. Oh no, there's a red circle on the screen. The monitor's broken. Oh no, it means alert. Coffee exploded. There's nothing worse than exploding coffee. Frame rate is accurate, I suppose, which means it's sluggish at times. Whether or not that's a good or bad thing, I guess, depends on your personal preference. I don't know, it seems slightly weird to upgrade the resolution and not also upgrade the frame rate, but maybe they couldn't for programming reasons. Because they haven't remade this from scratch. They have to be emulating it in some manner, I would think. Because they would not spend the time to reprogram 30 games. Well, they wouldn't have to program 30, but like all of these N64 games to put them on this collection. By all of them, I mean, well, they had already done the Banjo ones because they put them on Xbox Live Arcade, so it would just be Blast Core and this, I think. I think Perfect Dark was also Xbox Live Arcade. So it would just be this and Blast Core that they would have to remake. So maybe, I don't know, maybe. But then it jumps back to this 4x3 thing, so I don't know. I don't know if they reprogram these games or if they're just emulating them. I guess I have to be Juno. Sure. All the cutscenes are in 16:9. Yeah, it seems that way. Were they like that in the original N64 version? I guess so. I seem to remember that. So I guess she just said, well, we'll maximize the game during these. You can play the game in 16:9? Oh, that's cool. Is that, I guess the setting here. Game options. Visual options. Screen border off. Will that make it 16:9 or will that just remove the border? That just removes the border. I'll put the border back on. Even though it's slightly distracting and it makes the game smaller. It's not the best border in terms of not being distracting. There's a lot of stuff going on in it. So I can be either Juno or Juno. I think I'll be Juno. Oh, it is in game options? Oh, I think it was in the... Or I know where it is. Or was. Can I get to it? Looks like it. Widescreen. Ah! Look at that. That's clever. Give me the screen of wideness. Was that in the original N64 version? Did it support widescreen? Oh god, why is jump mapped to up on the right stick? That's terrible. Okay, it's pretty surprising because widescreen was not very common back in the day. These controls are absolutely not what I expect them to be. Jumping is mapped to the right stick. I cannot jump up there. Surely I should be able to get up there. I mean, like, it looks like I'm up there, but nope, nope. You come back down. You get up, you come back down. There we go. And now I'm crawling. I don't know why. We've been expecting you. Fela and Lupus came charging through not so long ago. Not that the Union's much... Wait. Not that the Union's much use. Without backup, the tribals couldn't hope to fend off Mizor's raiders. You'll find the tribal king in his hut just this way. I promised I'd send you to him when you arrived. Follow the green door's symbols to move forward, or the red ones if you want to retrace your steps. But I've rambled on long enough. You'd better hurry. Okay. This is me hurrying. I don't know why I started crawling. I don't know how to stop crawling. Oh, it's... Nope. If I do left or right on the stick, I can do a barrel roll. So it's up. So, okay. So down makes you crawl. Up makes you uncrawl or jump. D-pad does nothing. And the face buttons do nothing. And... Alright. So the left trigger aims and the right trigger shoots. Okay, how do I rotate the camera? Do I rotate the camera? This might be a case of... No, you don't. So I keep wanting to rotate the camera with the right stick, but it just makes the guy do things. I'm going to say this game is from an era where you wouldn't rotate the camera. I don't think there is any manual camera rotation in here. Yeah, I guess you can use targeting. Let's go inside the hut and talk to this guy. Looks like he has speakers on the side of his head. Juno, thank you for coming. A dark day is upon us when King Jeff... Is that really his name? King Jeff? You couldn't come up with a more royal name than Jeff. It's like me naming everything George. I mean, even George would be a more royal name than Jeff. Because, I mean, there have been kings named King George. I don't recall any kings named King Jeff. I don't know, maybe... You think King Jeff has been on Jeopardy? Tell you what, it gets a bit depressing, all this king business. Yeah, he insists on being called Jeff. Still, must keep a stiff upper lip, not lift. If you could rescue as many tribals as possible in between slaughtering drones, I'd be most grateful. Let me know if you see my brother, too. He's been missing for some time. I hope to return these favors later, but at the moment I can do little except perhaps conjure up a time loop to replay the invasion. I don't need to see that. Goodbye for now. Can I kill you? I don't think so. They did say they had new controls. Maybe they actually made the game have more modern controls. I don't know. Let's find out. Controls. Okay. How do I swap controls? Do I? It's telling me these are the controls. I think it's just telling me, hey, these are the controls. Maybe within the game options again. There are a lot of menus in this game. Control mode. Expert control, expert control, expert control, or expert control. A lot of choices there. Or normal control. What's normal control? Well, I have normal control enabled now. So now jumping is not on the stick. Now it's only strafing. A is jump, and B is crawl, and let's uncrawl A. Okay. So you still can't rotate the camera, but this makes a bit more sense, button layout wise. Although still, I've got to say, coming off from Super Mario Odyssey, which is, you know, a really, really, really good platformer, this just feels terrible to play. I mean, I'm sure it was alright for the time, but this is very difficult to play today. I can't shoot in the air. That's great. I need a yellow key. Okay. I just want a long jump and jump off my hat. And I can't do that. Yeah, I also imagine if you're playing with an N64 controller, the control layout this game uses would probably make more sense. Because you only have the one stick and you have the C buttons. I've never I was going to say I've never actually held an N64 controller, but that's not true. I have. But I don't own an N64. Another person to talk to. This game doesn't exactly start up particularly quickly, does it? Goldwood isn't the place it once was. You can't risk going in unprepared. Keep an eye on your pistol's charge gauge, as you'll need all the firepower you can muster. For a start, Life Force doors such as this one won't open while Mizar has troops active in the area. You must destroy all nearby enemies to progress. Learn to use the L trigger to manually target. Oh god, that's a novel right there. Take note of these region markers. A green one lets you know that you're about to enter a new region, and a red one shows that you're leaving a region, and both together means that you're moving from one region directly to another. I have not shot any ants yet. That's all I can tell you. Okay. Life Force door. No, that's not the door. That's the wall next to the door. Oh, am I supposed to shoot these things? Oh god, the camera, it's inverted from what it should be. No, you don't do up to go up on the left stick. Oh, aiming is very strange because sometimes it aims and then it unaims when you stop moving the stick. some actual voice acting. I feel like the cutscenes in this game, from what I've seen of them, could have benefited from voice acting. Of course, it's not possible given the cartridge space limitations of the N64. Fortunately, the amount of space you can hold in the cartridge has increased exponentially, so it's actually space isn't really a concern for the Switch in terms of cartridge size. It is for download game size though, because sometimes games are bigger than the amount of memory on the Switch. You have to put them on an SD card. The JP version of this game, Star Twins, has the same voice introduction with JP subtitles instead. That's kind of cool. Yeah, LA Noire. It's a rumor that GTA 5 will end up on the Switch eventually. I mean, from a technological point of view, it should be possible because it's on the 360 PS3. But it's only a rumor, and there's no real reason to believe that it'll actually happen. But I feel like it would be kind of cool. Oh, locking. It's not really locking, is it? Because it's basically just standing still and aiming the stick on the screen. So yeah. I think my review of this game is that it's probably hard to get into if you don't already have nostalgia for it. I'm not supposed to kill that guy, am I? He's a good guy. I'll be interested in actually trying out Banjo-Kazooie to see if that controls better. If that controls more like a modern game would. I did it. I saved one of them. I didn't kill him, which is good. He's happy now. Oh yeah, it is the Xbox Live Arcade version, so they'll probably fixed it up for that, and then they'll fixed it up again for this version. Pistol capacity increased. I'm gonna find you. Oh, there you are. How much life do I have? I feel like, from what I've seen in this game, you actually have quite a lot of health. Alright, I think I'm about done with this game. I want to kill these ants, though. These are bad guys. There we go. I killed them. Are they actually dead? Now they are. But, hey, Viva Pinata. I think I'm going to get a quick drink and then I'll be right back. So hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. I will return momentarily. Oh, there's not going to be any music. I guess I could play a MIDI. Quick, pick one. How about... Hold on, let me check VG Music to see if anyone's made a Mario Odyssey MIDI yet. Newly submitted files. Yes. Crazy Cap. Someone did the final boss from Sonic Mania. Someone did Sonic Forces, which is apparently not good. There's a couple MIDIs from Doki Doki Literature Club. Some Mean Bean Machine midis. I'll download those. This is Crazy Cap 1 from Mario Odyssey in MIDI form. Enjoy. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Don't you love the refreshing taste of liquid in your mouth? I know I do. Also, this hold on screen is kind of completely broken, I just realized. Oh well. Hey look, it's this game again. Let's get out of this game. And let's see what else there is. I reached a milestone. Great. Now there was, hold on, I'm going to see something real quick. New control schemes are now available. Select options to choose between them. Is it this options? Apparently not, because I can't actually choose between these. Like, I don't know, maybe they didn't program more modern controls. But regardless, that's that. I do want to play Blast Corps at some point, but I don't know if I want to stream that. I kind of want to play Viva Pinata. I wonder if it'll have my save data from the 360 version. Probably not, would be my guess. But let's find out. When learning nuts and bolts to race Taz. I don't know. Apparently, I just got a bunch of stamps for this game. I reached a milestone. No thanks. I guess... Oh, is the milestones based on gamer score? Because I've already played it before. I have a bunch that I just get automatically. Press and hold the menu button. Okay. So we're gonna jumping into the 360 emulation now. Which makes sense for this game. For a game like Banjo-Kazooie, it makes slightly less sense, but I still understand why they use the Xbox Live Arcade version. I bet you can get an awful lot of gamer score from this disc. I wonder what the exact number is. Because you have all of these games that each have like 1,000 gamer score or 200 if they're arcade games. And then you also have gamer score from the Rare Replay itself. I've not played this game in many years. Oh, it's one of the hedgehogs. Forget the name exactly. Rare! Hooray! Also, you should watch the cartoon. I remember this being a pretty decent cartoon.
Welcome to picturesque Pinata Island. In its many gardens, all manner of pinatas live, dance, and dream that one day they will be chosen to entertain at a party as only
Was this the actual intro to the TV show? I think so. It definitely looks familiar. I know I've seen parts of this many times before. But it's also the intro to the game. So I don't know. Because they kind of had the TV show in conjunction with the game, so the line gets blurred slightly. Like, that was definitely clips from the TV show, but it's being used as the intro to the game. Which actually kind of has nothing to do with the TV show in many ways. No save game profile has been found. Could not copy my 360 data over. Which means I actually don't want to play this, because if I remember correctly, this game takes a really long time to get started. Like, hours to actually get anything meaningful done. So if I actually wanted to sit down for a long time and play that, maybe, but I probably play the sequel, actually. There we go, I have it on my Xbox One, and I will probably never play it again on here. Let's see, what else do I have? We have the sequel, which might also take a long time to get into, I don't know. Perfect Dark Zero is queued. Banjo Nuts and Bolts is installing. I also have these games that are all ready to install, like Brain Challenge. I mean, how can I not? How can I not install Brain Challenge? It's like Brain Age, but bad. I wonder if that'll copy my save data. Hey, Brian. Oh, it's in the queue. Is this almost finished? Whatever, just install this now. I want to complain about my brain. Is it really 700 megs? I don't remember it being that big. Whatever. Aegis Wing was a free game, and it, I guess still is a free game if you can still download that. That was free. Doritos Crash Course is free. Harm's Way is free. I think those are the only free ones here. I should put Forza 7 on here eventually. I have 2 Forza 7s because one of them is the demo. I don't know why I would want to install the demo when I have the game. You would think they would be smart enough to not show this, but whatever. But I do like how it automatically detects which 360 games I own that are compatible. Which is to say some, but not most. Daytona USA was. Joyride Turbo is, which I got kind of recently. After having the demo installed on my Xbox for like 5 years, I figured, well, I might as well finally buy this, and so I bought it. And I played it a bit, and it's okay. But it's nothing to write home about. That was kind of bad. That's a decent version of Carcassonne. Joust is on the 360. It was delisted at some point, and then I think relisted on the Xbox Live Arcade. I got it for free because I bought like a $20 card, and it had a free code for Joust. So yeah, let's install Joust. Why not? It is a very old game. We get to play the 360 version of it. The emulation of the emulation. I always find double emulation kind of funny. Also, EA Access. I have this for a month. This actually seems kind of a steal for $30 a year. Gotta be honest. Because it's like, hey, you can play all of EA's games that are like a year old or more. And that kind of makes sense. Considering, Xbox One, PS4 have been out for 4 years. And this is the first time I have one of those two devices in particular. And a lot of EA games are only on those. You also have like Skate 3. You can play that. You can play Madden 15 and I think you can play 16. Well, you can play 17. You can also play Battlefield 1, which is great because I have the full key for that. So if I do end up subscribing to this, I basically wasted that key, but that's alright. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Bejeweled 3. Bejeweled 3 is a pretty great game. These are getting old now. We've got Bejeweled 2. And like Feeding Frenzy. Also, this menu is god awful. SSX, Suma's Revenge. I kind of want SSX, Skate 3, the golf game that's apparently bad. That one. And I don't know, maybe Titanfall? Need for Speed is bad. Payback is also bad from what I've heard. But yeah, I can just say like, yeah, I want to play SSX, sure. And then you install it. And it takes you to the store where you will proceed to install it. I'm guessing all the DLC you still have to pay money for, which is probably why they have all these games on here. Only 4.4 gigs, it's not bad. But you have a bunch of other stuff that's trying to download, so it is kind of bad, but also not really. Brain challenge. Let's do it. It's a great picture of Dr. Hurley, who is apparently going to challenge our brain in Brain Challenge. That was the name of the game, right? Brain Challenge. Of all the games to make backwards compatible, why this one? This was Gameloft, back when they made console games. Is Gameloft even still relevant anymore? I feel like the past few years they've kind of fallen off the face of the planet. Like, they still advertise Asphalt 8 as like their main game. And like that thing came out years ago.
Brain challenge.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to use 100% of your brain. And it's all thanks to this game. Oh god, that's kind of incredibly creepy. My Pop-Tart head. It doesn't have a neck. It's just a floating Pop-Tart with eyes that's open in one end. Like it's been cut off in the middle. Also did not save my data. Trials HD is the only game so far that has copied over my save data from the 360. But not like it really matters because the only thing this saves is a number. And I think you unlock some things. Select the heaviest.
3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
I did it. That was fast. How fast can you make the calculation? Okay.
3, 2, 1.
This should be
go.
easy. -6. You're getting in the way. I can't see the numbers. Whoops, I goofed. Error. Okay, so
3,
this
2,
is
1, go.
memorize. I did it. That was fast. Least to most. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I did it. Select the higher ball. Well, that depends on how much weed they've smoked in the past 12 hours.
3, 2, 1, go.
That one. You completed the quick evaluation. I use 9% of my brain. What percent of your brain do you use? I seem to need training. Let's start. Okay. Hallelujah! I unlocked Trout Route. We can have Dr. Hurley or Professor Stevens. Follow him to fire up my brain. I guess on Twitter you have to follow him. Dr. Hurley thinks we'll get along well. So I'll choose her. We unlocked the things. Creative mode. Oh, I don't have these unlocked on this save. It was just a drawing app, a maze generator, and fireworks. Don't ask me why I remember the 3 parts of creative mode in Brain Challenge, but I do. None of them were particularly good, but they were mildly amusing for a few minutes, I will admit. Let me out of here. No, I've done great things. No, let me out. Let me out. Let me out. You do get out quickly. That's good. Perfect Dark Zero is 6 gigs. So they say rare replay. Can you get like regular Banjo-Kazooie also? Probably can. What now? What now? I guess I could play this. I don't know if this would be interesting at all. I'm kind of tired. How long have I been streaming for? XSplit does not say. I have to do math. 60 frames a second. I've encoded roughly 600,000 frames. So that would be 10,000 seconds. And there's 3,600 seconds in an hour, so that's almost 3 hours. Rough math there. Can we install Joust now, please? 500 megabytes for Joust. Why? It's gotta be like there's a 500 meg thing that each game has to download to be emulated properly. XSplit should say the uptime though, maybe, and I'm missing it. Streaming live, Twitch, 10 Stellian viewers, 10, bitrate 3500, frames encoded 602,000, drop 0, total bytes 4,400 megabytes. Let's joust. Getting your game ready. Might take a minute or two. Okay, you did it. Good work. I want a new Midway Arcade Treasures released. I think that would be cool. I'm signed into Xbox Live. You must capitalize live. Man, this is old stuff here. Both in terms of the game and the Xbox Live Arcade port. But hey, it's a functional version of Joust, so why change it? Is there like an auto fire option? I don't think so. I need... Quiero! Thank you. Whoops, I died. I'm not particularly good at Joust. Don't hit me! Thank you. Oh, that's right. I do want to try loading a 360 game from the disc. Does anyone know of any other compilations like Rare Replay that are on the Xbox One? I can't think of any off the top of my head that I remember, so it wouldn't surprise me if there are not any. But I was really impressed that Namco Museum Virtual Arcade actually, for the most part, worked. At least the arcade games that are compatible, you can actually play them from that disc. Oops. There's no invincibilities, so that was actually really risky. That went poorly. That went poorly as well. Don't hit me, don't. No. Egg wave. Oh, this is sloppy. Okay, not really. Well, yeah, it is. Oh, what? It got me on the far right. That's cheap. One got away. It's not terrible. I win. Except I'm about to lose. Top platform's gone. I died. Thy game is over. That's not my initial. How do I go back? Do I? Apparently not. Alright, I'll just be the Spanish word for grape, uva. Which is also University of Virginia. Which is not the college I go to. I go to a different college, which happens to be in Virginia. I want to try playing Burnout Paradise, and then that will, I think, be this stream. I hope it doesn't have to install Perfect Dark from the disc, but it, I don't know, might be online. We'll find out when I remove the disc if it breaks. Gotta get the game. Out goes that. In goes Burnout Paradise, which was a great game. Arguably not as good as Burnout 3, which I might argue is the best racing game ever made. You'll need to download every update. Okay. So it just works like the others, where it appears and then you download an update and then you can play it. I'm curious to see if it copies the save data from my 360. I wonder if it's a matter of I need to upload these saves to the cloud, at which point it will recognize them. That's certainly a possibility. Maybe they're not saved to the cloud, and I can put them on the cloud. I like how the only actual Xbox One games I have that are decent is Battlefield and Rare Replay. And then the rest are just garbage things like this. If I select this, is it going to play immediately? Yes. How do I remove an app or a game? Because it's bad. You hit the the share button, I think is that button. You can uninstall, as well as the add-ons. I think that's going. Well, there's a lot of things installing, so it's going to take a while. So I think that's going to do it for me tonight on this stream. I'll stream something of more substance soon. In fact, maybe tomorrow I might do more Jackbox, because we haven't done that in a while, and people have been yelling at me to do that. And by people, I mean one person, but still. It seems like a fun thing to do. Assuming I'm not messing around with this all day tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed me messing around, and I will probably stream again tomorrow with some Jackbox and maybe some other stuff. See you later, and have a good night. Goodbye.